Oh man, what a busy day today. But thankfully, rush hour is finally over, so let me listen to some good old tunes. Yes, you heard me right, a brand new musical unit coming to the game. It's wild too because we literally just got done reviewing a musical unit yesterday, which was Ritz, and they decided to add another musician to the Grand Summoners roster. And if you're wondering what this unit's name is, it is Cosmo. She is actually a bassist, which looks more like a soldier, but hey, you know, you do you. And I'm pretty excited to talk about this unit because I think a lot of people are going to be brushing her off. But I personally believe this girl's going to be a menace in the mines or in any type of fight that is going to have multiple enemies because she's very similar to that of Joker Celia or Groitz. So without further ado, let's not beat around the bush anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Let me talk about this new unit coming to JP, I think later tonight. Here is the electrifying bassist Cosmo. She wants to paralyze as much as possible. You see with the skill, she has a 40% chance to paralyze. With the art, she's able to decrease enemies' paralysis resistance and magic resist as well. Pretty nice damage buff there. And then with the true art, she has an 80,000% modifier, super high, 100% chance to paralyze an enemy for 20 seconds, and you increase your own crit rate by 100%. And then if you take a look at her passives, this is where everything kind of comes together. Cosmo Rising. When an enemy is paralyzed by Cosmo's skill or true art, you increase all light allies damage by 20% permanently, max 200%. And then of course she has other passives in her kit like increased dark damage and increased critical damage. And if we wanted to add on to all of this to make it even better, we could use something like Cosmos's True Weapon. For 10 seconds you increase your own light damage and your skill CT speed by 50%, and when equipped by Cosmo you increase own damage by 30% and art gauge by 3 per second. Also you increase your own physical rest by 5%. She wants to inflict lots of status effects so she can get her damage up, but this time the damage isn't just scaling for herself, it's scaling for whoever is a light unit on the team. Here's the thing though, with her releasing like this, she is going to be pretty good. She's going to be a very strong damage dealer, and the thing about her too is that yes, she is only buffing up light allies damage, but you could use her alongside other strong light units without making a mono light team, or you don't even have to use light units with her. You could just let her buff her own self up, which is also a viable strategy. It just sucks though that these characters aren't good in other parts of the game, really. Like if you're not going up against a stage that has multiple, and I do mean multiple stages where there are multiple enemies on the field so you can get off the paralysis or whatever status effect that you're trying to inflict, then you're not going to be using them a lot of the time because you want other characters to just give more damage instantly. Another con that I'm seeing with her is the fact that she doesn't give crit rate to her whole team, which is kind of a bummer. I really wish that was a thing, but I guess, you know, they just want her to be very solo oriented apart from the passive that gives the damage up to everybody. And not to mention too, you can't use equips to scale her passive up. I understand why they don't do it, but I feel like at the same time, if you release units like Cosmo that want to paralyze and you're able to use paralysis equips, and let's just say everybody on the team, if anybody on the team inflicts paralysis, you guys all get 20% more damage up to a maximum of 200%. Imagine if that was the passive, right? Then it would kind of make those status inflicting equips that, you know, a lot of us have that just don't ever use. We would kind of look at those equips and be like, oh, you know what? Maybe they finally have a use. We can throw one on here. You know, I'm not going to use an Archon equip because I want more damage instantly. So hopefully I get a paralysis off and you use that. So it really is a very finicky situation. It's like, how exactly do you balance these units? How exactly do you bring these units into the game and make them useful? And a lot of the times it's just like, okay, this is a unit, use them in mines, and that's where they're useful in. Outside of mines, you're probably not going to use them. Which sucks because, I mean, I would love to see more content where you're able to utilize a lot of these types of units that, you know, want to scale with status effects and everything. But unfortunately, with the current state of Grand Summoners, the current state of just general content, that's not really going to happen. And most of the time, if you're a veteran player, you can finish that in under 10 seconds if you have like a really good nuke setup. So the short of it, I like this unit. I'm going to be looking out for videos and, you know, crazy nukes and all that that's going to be happening with this unit whenever eventually I think Mines comes back on JP, because JP will probably get Mines again before Global does. Let's just be honest here. I just wish that these kind of units could be used at their full potential in more parts of the game than just Mines or a stage that has lots of enemies. Either way, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for coming out. It's been your boy P. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Love you guys so much for showing the channel so much support recently. Really can't thank you guys enough. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out either one of the videos popping up on your screen right now. Great content, guarantee you'll love them. And oh yeah, before you leave, don't forget to drink water.